Aloha, welcome back to my channel. My name is Simran Shakti, and today I will be guiding us through a morning yoga flow. So, this flow is designed on Christmas, if you celebrate December 25th, and it's designed to support you and relaxation at this time of often hustle energy, ironically. And it's perfect to share with friends and family if you find yourself in company at this time. So as you can see, I don't have any props, just my mat. If you don't have a mat or someone doesn't have a mat, you can use a blanket or a towel or carpet if you're on that. And we'll get started in an easy child's pose. So you can bring your big toes to touch, knees as wide as feels comfortable. And we'll walk our hands forward just to press our forehead down. And then if you like, to make it an easy child's pose, you can bring your arms alongside the body. And begin connecting with your breath here. Allowing yourself to arrive, to get heavy in this posture. Softening through the jaw and the face, softening through the hips. Sending your inhales deep into your low belly. And exhale with sound. Now go ahead and set a simple intention for your practice. Breathing into your low belly. And on your next inhale, we'll bring the hands forward, reaching the arms long. And exhale, hands over to the left, pressing evenly down through shoulders and hands. Big stretch through the right side of your body. And on an exhale, come back through the middle. And inhale to the right. Maybe melting your forehead down here. Inhale to lift. And exhale, coming through the middle. And we'll start to slowly lift out of our hips into tabletop. And from here, we'll take a couple breaths to just move intuitively. And then we'll all meet together, drawing some circles with our hips. So going as large or small with your circles as feels good. Fingers are spread wide for a strong foundation. Now take your circles in the other direction. Good. And then we'll come back through tabletop. And we'll do circles, but we'll focus on moving from the navel. So inhaling, belly is down. Exhaling, rounding up. You can think about being a spatula in a jar of something yummy. And we'll go the other way. Staying unclenched through your jaw. And then we'll meet in table and do one more round of cat-cow to really work through the spine. So exhale, drop the crown, lift through the spine. Inhale, arch your back, lift your gaze. Exhale, round. Inhale, think about peeling the shoulders back, chest forward. One more. Inhale to tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. So here we'll pedal out through the heels, bending into one knee. For a breath. And then the other knee. And then we'll come into down dog. So knees are a little bit bent. Think about a little weight through the heels. And your head is heavy. Neck is completely relaxed. Fingers are spread wide. Stable foundation. One more breath like that. Inhale, bend your knees. Walk towards the middle of your mat. Halfway lift on an inhale, flat back, strong core. Exhale, fold forward. So we'll hang out here in this forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees generously. I like to flip my palms so they're facing up. And think about being a waterfall through your upper body, cascading over a cliff, your legs.
So it's that structure, that firm strength through the legs, masculine, yang energy. And then that fluid pouring forth, receptive energy through the upper body, the feminine, the yin. Now we'll shift the weight into our heels. Inhale, take your time and roll up.
Ah. Ah. Mountain pose. So in your mountain pose, your feet are a little wider than hip width. Little bend in the knees, palms forward, and as you can see, I'm giving a little bounce. So think about being lifted through your front body, chin parallel, and then being grounded down through the backside of your body into your heels. And find some stillness if you are bouncing. Breathing into your belly. We'll inhale to lift and rise. Exhale, fold forward.
Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. High plank, feel free to be on your knees. That feels better. Exhale, we'll lower all the way down to our bellies. Inhale, cobra, pressing into the tops of the feet. Exhale, down. And from here, we'll come into a quad stretch. So you can bring your left forearm under your forehead, bend through your right knee, and reach back for your right ankle. Think about tucking your tail and pressing your pubic bone down. 3 breaths here. On an exhale, very gently and carefully release. And we'll just switch sides. Right forearm down, reaching for the left ankle. And on an exhale, release. And from here, we'll come into a sphinx. So elbows under shoulders, fingers spread wide, hands pressing down. Pressing into the tops of your feet, your pubic bone, and you want to think about lifting and pulling your chest forward, tractioning your forearms back towards your body. Tuck through the tail so there's no pinching in your low back. And your crown is parallel to the sky. Exhale, release. We'll just interlace the fingers under our forehead or stack your palms. Bend your knees, and we'll do some windshield wiper release. Side to side. Great. We'll stretch the legs long. Plant your palms under your shoulders. Toes are tucked. And lift through your supported plank, high plank, and back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, finding that stability. You can have a little bend in your knees. And now from here, we'll bring big toes to touch. Inhale to lift your right leg any amount, getting a big glute engagement. And exhale to bring your foot through to a lunge. Inhale in your high lunge. And exhale, lower your back knee. Untuck your back toes. Scissor, engage through your inner thighs, and then lift yourself up. You can bring hands to hips, or you can reach for opposite elbows like I am, stretching out through the shoulders. Breathing into this posture. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. And we'll bring the hands down to the mat, framing our front foot, and just stepping back to downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath. You can stay here in down dog, or you can inhale to plank, saying hello to your core. And then inhale, lift back to down dog. And again, on the other side, we'll bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, find your lunge. Inhale in this high lunge. Exhale, lower your back knee, untuck your back toes, engage your leg muscles, and come on up. Again, reaching maybe opposite way for elbows, or you can just have your hands on your hips. Releasing through the exhales. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll just plant the palms once more. Tuck the back toes. And find your downward facing dog. Walk it out. Move intuitively. And we'll all meet in this little bounce. So shaking out any tension from our hips, from our butts, from our upper thighs. You can have your feet as wide as your mat or wider. And just bounce. Let it bounce. Let it shake. It's okay. You are safe to shake and release. Can kind of shimmy, bouncing through the knees. Good. Great. All right, so let's inhale, walk our feet towards the middle of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift with a flat back, strong core. Exhale, hands to heart center.
And give your hips a little left, a little right, a little left, a little right. Just going side to side. And then we'll bring hands to hips and do some hip circles. Really working out this area where tension is often stored. You can go the other direction. Good. And then we'll do a little shimmy shake here. Release. And we'll inhale to lift the arms up. And now you'll have your feet as wide as your mat, toes out, heels in. Bring the hands down through your heart center as you slide down an invisible wall behind you, coming into Malasana, Yogi squat. So if you find that you're up on your toes and your heels are not quite down, you can just stay up higher. That's all good. You can even put props, pillows, blankets underneath your seat. Wherever you are, hands are together in Anjali Mudra, prayer hands. Elbows are pressing out into the knees. Knees are squeezing in towards the elbows. Little engagement through the glutes. Your spine is long, breathing deep into your belly. Remembering the intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And then we'll exhale, coming down to our seats. Stretching the legs out in front of us. We'll inhale to lift the arms up, core is engaged. And exhale to fold any amount. So no need to push past your edge. Maybe your hands are on your legs or on the floor. Allowing your spine to naturally round as you breathe. One more big breath here. And on your next inhale, take your time, press your hands into the mat, and slowly lift yourself up. And now we'll bring the hands behind us. Fingers are facing in towards the body. Plant the soles of your feet. And again, windshield wiper through the knees, through the legs. This is great for massaging the sacrum, low back, and the hips. Good. And we'll do one more kind of high engagement posture. So your hands are pressing down, your fingers are facing towards your body, and you can press into the palms of your hands, into the heel of your hands. So inhale, think about lifting through the chest, rolling your shoulders back, and maybe even lifting your gaze. So your spine is one long diagonal line. Stay here if this is enough. Shoulder stretch. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can inhale to press into your feet, lift your hips, maybe adjust, coming into reverse tabletop. So you can have your gaze up, or if it feels okay, you can allow your crown to drop. Deep belly breaths, lifting through the hips, strong through the glutes. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale to lower through the hips. The gaze will naturally come up and forward. And if you like a little extra fun, you can hover your hips, pressing into your hands. And exhale, let it all go. We'll slide the feet into an easy pose and just shake out through your wrists. Shaking, releasing. This is a Qigong practice for releasing anxiety. Shake, shake, keep shaking. Think about releasing anxiety with the shake. And start to slow it down. Rest your palms on your knees, can be face up. And see if you notice any tingling or vibrating in your hands. It's just the energy moving. And we'll come into a butterfly pose. So soles of the feet together. Heels can be as close to your body as feels good. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And exhale to fold forward any amount. Just honoring your own edge here. You can allow your spine to round. And on an inhale, start to bring yourself up. Take your time. We'll hug the knees in and give your knees a kiss. Yay. And then we'll come down to our backs, closing out our practice. So again, we'll hug the knees in, and maybe it feels good for you to rock side to side. Or maybe you want to hold in stillness. Unclenching through the jaw. And we'll straighten the legs up towards the ceiling and just roll out the ankles both directions. Good. And from here, we'll take a supine twist. So knees are together and allow them to fall off to the right. Maybe you shift your shoulders a little to the right and gaze to the left. Inhale, bring your gaze up
center your head, and then lift your knees back through the middle. Taking a moment here just to feel. And then we'll zip our knees together and allow them to fall off to the left. Then shift your shoulders a bit to the left and gaze to the right. Inhale, bring your head back up through the middle. And when you're ready, you can bring your knees up. And just hugging your knees in towards your armpits. Again, maybe you rock, maybe you are still. And stay there, or optional, take happy baby, reaching for the big toes with your peace fingers. I like to think about stamping the soles of my feet on the ceiling. Pressing down through the tailbone. And exhale, release. We are coming into Savasana. So if your low back is feeling any kind of tension or soreness, it might not feel good to be in this traditional Savasana. So I'll show you a way to care for your low back. If your low back is feeling fine, you can come into traditional Shavasana pose. And for low back support, you'll just plant the soles of your feet. Feet are wide and knees are tenting in toward each other. You can have your palms face up or resting on your body. And this is maybe the most important posture of the practice. A time and space where we relax and receive, allowing our body temple to integrate all of the work that we just put in. And you can release all breath control, even release your intention, trusting that it is done. Then rest just for a couple of minutes. Shavasana.
And deepen your breathing. Take a swallow. Maybe lick your lips. And bring small movement through your fingers, through your toes. And you can stretch long. Good morning. Just bringing life back into your body, movement. Knees into chest, and we'll just roll off onto one side, taking a moment through this transition, this rebirth in yoga. And when you're ready, you can press your way up, coming into an easy seat. And keep your eyes low gaze or closed. Finding your easy seat, and we'll just bring our hands lightly to our body, a loving touch. Just acknowledging yourself for carving out this time to connect with your breath, your body, to cultivate a sense of inner peace and harmony that naturally, positively impacts your relationship with yourself, with others, and with the whole world around you. And give yourself a little hug. And we'll bring hands to prayer, closing out our practice and sealing it with one chant of Om. This is the sound of harmony. Exhale. Inhale to chant. Namaste. Thank you so much for tuning in and practicing with me this morning. I pray that this practice serves you in the highest way possible. And I will see you again soon. As always, if you vibe, like, and subscribe.